Hello, everybody. It's about that time. Let's go see what's in the fridge today. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Thanks so much for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Guys, today's beer comes from Hardywood Craft Brewery. This is the 2020 edition of the Gingerbread Stout Bourbon Barrel Aged version. We just did the re-review of the 2019 a couple days ago. So I decided to go ahead and get the 2020 out, and I do have another one in the closet to do a down the road review on. So that's what I did on the 2019. I did it fresh, and then I did it a year in the bottle not long ago. So this is the 2020. We're doing fresh, and we'll see what I think if there's any differences. This particular one is a 11.5% alcohol by volume, 55 IBUs. This is only done once a year, so if you're able to get your hands on it, you see it, pick it up, because it does not sit on the shelf very long. It disappears. It's done in very limited quantities, so if you're wanting to try it and you see it, you better grab it, because if you come back tomorrow, it's going to be like Walmart, it's going to be gone. So this is the 2020 edition. Let's get on with this. Beer Advocate clumps them all together no matter what year, right? ABV, they've got it listed and they got 10.2%. Wrong. Hit the shower. That's probably why. I mean, they don't update anything. They clump all the beers together no matter what ABV or batch or year it is. And that's useless information. It's like tits on a bull hog. Useless. Freaking useless. And that's probably why people are going more to Untappd than they are to the other sites. So I don't even use Rate Beer, haven't for a long time. And I just try to give you a reference here, guys. A lot of times the information is decent, but Beer Advocate is lacking more and more all the time. So basically, they're doing a 10.2% and they're ranking them all together. So it's like a stepchild you never wanted. Untappd has the 2020 edition listed at 10.5% and 55 IBUs. Another reason why that's the better site to go to, guys. Bring it up on your phone if you're in a beer store or whatever, and you can get the correct information, because they do differentiate most of the time between different years. So, Gingerbread Stout aged in a combination of A. Smith, Bowman, and Heaven Hill bourbon barrels. Very nice. This is a tasty beer, guys. First time I had it, it blew my socks off and my hair back. I still think it's an A beer. I haven't had the 2020 edition yet. This will be the first one that I've opened. So, with that being said, we've got the ABV, we've got the IBUs, and we know it's a 2020 edition. Corked and caged 750 milliliter bottle, enough to share. If you drink all this, you're going to have a buzz, no doubt, at 11.5%. The only fuss I've got about it, they put it in bourbon barrels, but I don't think they leave it in bourbon barrels very long. A couple of months. I think it would be better if they left it in those barrels a little bit longer. So, but you can always kick that up a notch. Like I've told you before, throw your little jigger of your favorite bourbon in there, and there you go. You're going to get that. Yep, there we go. I didn't pour a big glass. Just a tad over a finger of head on this one. Very dark beer. I don't see any light coming through it, guys. Very typical stout looking beer. Very nice looking beer. To the nose we go. Rich roasted malt, a slight, very slight hint of bourbon, not much. I mean, it's, I'd be surprised if they left it in the bourbon barrels 3-4 months. I may be wrong on that, but they need to leave it in the barrels longer than that. to get that, but they may not want that overpowering bourbon taste. To me, if I'm paying $13 to $15 or more for a bottle of this, I want to be able to taste that bourbon pronouncedly. I mean, not just a faint hint of it. Maybe a little bit of black molasses, caramel toffee. But it is what it is. That's, you know, I have no control over what they do at all, or any brewery at all. I'm just telling you what I think and my preference, and it's just my opinion. Yeah, and everybody's got at least one or two of them anyway. So it's decent. Not blowing my hair back or my socks off on the aroma. Let's dive in. Cheers. That's a tasty beer. And that's why I buy it every year when I can get my hands on it. It's a very tasty beer. It's a pricey beer, like I said. It's $13 to $15 or more around here per bottle. But if you're getting a $7.50, that's a lot of beer. It's definitely enough for 2 full glasses, a glass for each person. So, you know, you figure that, you know, 6 to 7.50 a glass for 11.5%er. Yeah, I doubt if you can get that big of an ABV beer at a bar or a brew pub or anything like that. They're going to charge you more, especially for a big glass. Usually when you go in and you order something that's more than a 8%er, they want to give you a little teeny snifter, a 10-ounce pour, and charge you $8, $9, $10 for it. So it's a good deal. Plus you're drinking at home and you ain't got to worry about drunk driving or hurting anybody, yourself, or anything like that. So but it had just I'm getting a little bit of ginger and cinnamon. It's a very tasty beer, guys. It just doesn't have quite, for the price of it, enough bourbon, in my opinion. I think they could leave it in the barrels longer than that, but that's probably not what they want. So let's come up to room temperature, sip on it for a little bit, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back for something on about an hour and a half. Pretty much the same as the 2019. They're probably doing this, the same recipe, the same on everything. The bourbon barrel aging the same and all that. So pretty consistent beer. I don't see any differences between the 2019 and the 2020 edition. Bourbon's the same, the malt's the same, everything is the same. So tasty beer, a little pricey, but not too pricey, depending on what you're getting and what you're paying for it. So, and very enjoyable beer though. Final chug. The bourbon nose could be a little stronger, but you could always kick it up a notch yourself. So, with that being said, I enjoy this beer, and that's why I buy it every year. The bourbon seems to be a little more prominent once it warms up, but not over the top. Not the best bourbon barrel beer that I've ever had, but still a very tasty beer, guys. And I, like I did on the 2019 review, it's an impressive beer. It's still a 98 from me. That's where I'm going to put it. If you say it's a 10, I'm not going to argue with that, guys. It's a 98 to me. That's just my opinion. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 97. We're pretty close there. But they clump them all together, no matter what the ABV is or whatever. Untapped has the 2020 edition listed at 4.3. That's between their A- and their A scale. So it's an A beer, guys, no doubt about it. So if you can get your hands on the Hardywood Park Craft Brewery Bourbon Barrel GBS, it's worth picking up, especially if you like this style of beer. So with that being said, if you've had the 2020 version of the GBS Bourbon Barrel, from Hardywood. Let me know what you think. Till we meet again, let's go see what's in the fridge.